Imagine this. You drive by one of your rentals in between tenants and the lights are on. Somebody's living there. You've never signed a lease with them, you've never met them, and here's the part that shocks most landlords. You can't just change the locks and throw them out. That's the world of squatters' rights. And if you own rental property in Chicago, this is something you need to understand before it happens to you. Hi, I'm Preston Shute with Keyrenter Chicago North. We manage rental properties across Chicago's north sides and the northern suburbs. And today I'm breaking down what squatters' rights actually are, how adverse possession works here in Illinois, and most importantly, what you can do about it legally. Let's get into it. First, the basics. A squatter is somebody who occupies a property without the owner's permission. No lease, no rental agreement, nothing. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In Illinois, like most states, squatters can have legal protections, and in rare cases, through something called adverse possession. A squatter can eventually claim legal ownership of a property they never even paid a dime for. I know, sounds crazy, right? But adverse possession laws have been around for centuries. The original idea was to make sure that land didn't sit abandoned and unused forever. The problem is, in a big city like Chicago with plenty of vacant units between tenants, these laws can create real headaches for property owners who aren't paying attention. A lot of landlords assume a squatter is just a trespasser and that the police will remove them. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Trespassing is a criminal matter. Someone breaks into your occupied home, call the police, they can be removed and charged. On the other hand, squatting is usually treated as a civil matter. If somebody has been living in your vacant property, maybe they've moved furniture in, they're getting mail there, or they show police a fake lease, officers will often say, this is a landlord-tenant dispute, take it to court. That means you, the owner, have to go through the formal eviction process to get your own property back. In Cook County, that takes time, which is exactly why prevention matters so much. So how does a squatter actually gain ownership? In Illinois, the bar is high, and honestly, that's a good thing for landlords. To claim adverse possession, a squatter's occupation generally has to be 1, hostile. That just means without your permission. It doesn't have to be violent. 2, actual. They're physically living on or using the property like an owner would. 3, open and notorious. They're not hiding. Anyone, including you, could see that they're living there. 4, exclusive. They're occupying it alone, not sharing it with the owner or the public. And 5, continuous. Here's the big one. In Illinois, that means 20 years of uninterrupted possession. There's also a shorter path, around 7 years, but only if the squatter has what's called color of tile, meaning some document that appears to give them ownership and they've been paying the property taxes the whole time. So no, someone can't just crash your unit for 6 months and take your building. But even without ownership, a squatter can cost you months of lost rent, legal fees, and property damage. That's the real risk. Quick pause here. Number 1 thing that attracts squatters, vacancy. An empty unit that sits for months is an open invite. At Keyrenter Chicago North, our whole job is making sure your property never sits empty and unwatched. We market aggressively to fill vacancies fast, we screen every tenant thoroughly, and we do regular property checks, so problems get caught in days, not months. If you own rental property on the north side or the north suburbs, and you want that peace of mind, click the link in the description below for a free rental consultation. Okay, now let's talk about what to do if you already have a squatter. If you discover a squatter in your property, here's the playbook. Step 1, don't take matters into your own hands. Do not change the locks, shut off the utilities, remove their belongings, or threaten them. In Illinois, self-help evictions are illegal, and you could end up being the one facing legal consequences or even owing the squatter damages. I know it feels backwards, but stay calm and do it by the book. It's worth it. Step 2, document everything. Take photos, note dates, save any communication. Call the police to file a report even if they won't remove the person. That paper trail matters later. Step 3, serve a written notice. Depending on the situation, this may be a demand to vacate. Getting the notice type and timing right is critical, which is why Step 4 exists. Step 4, file an eviction action. In Cook County, that means filing in the eviction court and getting a court order. Only the sheriff can physically remove an occupant, not you, not a locksmith, and not your cousin with a truck. Step 5, get professional help. Work with an attorney who knows Illinois eviction law or a property management company that handles this regularly. The process has strict procedural rules, and one mistake can restart the clock. Of course, the best squatter situation is one that never happens, but here are a few practical tips. Visit or inspect vacant properties regularly, or have someone else go do it for you. Squatters target properties that look forgotten. Secure the property, solid locks, windows, windows, and for longer vacancies, consider cameras or even an alarm system. Make it look occupied, lights on timers, maintained landscaping, no piled up mail or flyers on the door. Minimize vacancy time. Every week a unit sits empty is a week of risk and lost rent. Price it right, market it well, and it turns units over quickly. Know your neighbors. A neighbor who has your phone number is the best early warning system that money cannot buy. Let's recap. Squatting is a civil issue, not a criminal one. So you can't just call the cops and be done with it. Adverse possession in Illinois requires 20 years of continuous open occupation. So losing your property outright is rare, but a squatter can cost you serious time and money. If it happens, never use self-help, document everything, serve proper notice, and go through the court. And the best defense is simple. Don't let your property sit vacant and unwatched. If you found this helpful, hit the like and subscribe button down low. We post a lot of videos similar to this to help Chicago area landlords protect their investments. And if you'd rather never think about squatters, vacancies, or evictions again, that's exactly what we do. I'm Preston Shute with Keyrenter Chicago North. Click the link in the description for free rental consultation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.